All right, Aries, this message is for you. So we got these two right here, and we had this separation. Either way. So some of you guys could be in this energy. Boss lady, boss, you know, the business. For some of you guys, you could be a couple. You could be in separation for some of you guys. For some of you guys, both of you guys are like thinking of each other telepathically. Look. And it could be, look, it could be hard because for some of you guys, there's a baby coming in here. I mean, now for some of you guys, if you guys were in business, maybe, you know, the secretary could be pregnant or something. I don't know. Vulnerable. Or for some of you guys, that's how you guys got together, you know. And now you have this mistrust, you know. Why is there separation? This is right here, settling. Don't stay with someone who isn't right for you just because it's safe. Now, yeah, you know what? Both of you guys could be thinking, you know what? Maybe we're not built for each other, but there could be money involved. You know, there could be a separation that maybe both of you guys are wanting to separate, but you don't know. You don't know how. You know, when there's money involved, some people value money higher, you know, and it could be evil. Yeah, one person could want to take the other one to the cleaners and not to get a nice shirt, you know, to take them to the cleaners. Now, it says love sucks and expectation and feeling stuck. For some of you guys, maybe you guys need a retreat. You have stopped believing in love. Let yourself heal so you can be open again. So a lot of it has to do with love. Let's roll the dice. We have 5, 3, 53. You could be 53, born in year 53. Life path 5, again 5 and 4, 45, or 54. Life path 4 or 5. We have a 6 and a 4. 64 Impala. I heard you could have got somebody pregnant back there. Could have been your parents, or you could have been conceived back there. Incomplete. You want someone who can complete you, but you need to be whole on your own. And I think either one, whoever you guys are, because it's almost like, look, you guys going that way, there could be a separation. But why? Some of you guys have to go back and wonder and say, what brought us together in the past? You know, it's some of you guys, you know, they could be saying it was my money. And for some of you guys, it wasn't your money. Maybe you had no money, or they didn't have no money. And for a lot of you guys, I'm picking up on entrepreneur lady, you know, it could be a man too. But for some of you guys, you could be this boss lady and you're like, why am I in separation? Why am I allowing somebody else to take my man, my businessman, my businessman? Now, if I'm going to tell you, holding on, it says right here, you must release old ties in order to have a fresh start with someone new. So ask yourself, why, if this is you could be asking yourself, why? How could I have let my person go? You could be in separation, and it could be holding on. Maybe you had a person, and if you're a woman, you could be kind of regretting, like, why did I believe in this cacheton? Cacheton is big, cachetes, maybe the lust got to you, and you could be, sitting here going, how I didn't notice it, how? And maybe you weren't getting love. You were feeling neglected. For some of you guys, there could have been mixed signals, but I don't know. Somebody could have been playing games. And if that's crazy, man, because if they were playing games, they were wanting to separate you. And maybe you're sitting here wondering, man, they didn't even want me. And you thinking like, yeah, they wanted my nalgas, and you're like, smile, because your nalgas might be big, your ass might be big, but then you look down and you're like, but they really didn't want me. And this could be a man. Let me get on this side. And this man could be like, dude, fixing to lose half of my check. Yes, taco stands, all kinds of shit, And he's going like that. He's like, fuck this, because this man could know how to count, and he's like, fuck. And there's mixed signals, going like, how could I have done it? How did it happen? And someone, this person could be like, man, this person could be laughing in my face, doesn't even want to come back, they walked away from me, like I'm saying, like the person they got in between both of you guys, because there's a separation. And with this playing games, for some of you guys, both of you guys could be sitting here going, oh, so, maybe somebody did this purposely, and both of you guys could be having that aha moment. Not all of you guys, but some of you guys. Because it says playing games. This is almost like it could be real. They could be sitting there like, man, this is a destruction not only of an empire, but also of a family, a unit. And it could be over changing them. Trying to change someone. It never works. And I'm going to tell you like this, because they could have been hurt. They could have been picking up like this, okay? It's going to be sensitive. You hear these stories all the time, and the women like want to change the man, and why can't you be a certain way? And then, the man could get so bothered that he starts to change, and now the woman doesn't want him because he's not the same as before. And I tell people like this, how did you meet your man? And in my area, a lot of them fuckers were gangsters. They were hood. They were. And they want to change them to be like their friend from work. Oh, no, I'm just saying, just names out of the blue. Billy, the husband of such and such goes and takes, the kids to soccer and ballerina. And your man could be like, bitch, I'm working, I'm making money. I don't know, picking that up. And then when he changes, it's not as attractive. You look at your man like, I don't know, I'm picking that up for some of you guys. And it becomes all needy, and it's almost like, I don't know, for some of you guys, that could be that case, And this person, maybe you're in separation, you're wanting to get your person back, but once you gave them the freedom to be alone, man or woman, it's almost like they're hard to get. They're like, where are they? Well, they're enjoying their freaking freedom. This could be you, Aries. This is beauty fades. Choose someone for their inner beauty and personality. Wow. You know what? That reminds me. There was this one chick. She was fine, but it wasn't just about her outer appearance. It was her soul, and maybe she didn't believe me, but I'm like, no, there's this beauty, and I don't know, she had a complex of, because of the ex that, I don't know, would tell her all crazy things, but it was a manipulated tactic, to where she felt insecure, gorgeous, but I'm talking gorgeous in her inner self. Not saying the outside was anything, bad or anything. No, I'm talking about the inner, her inner, her soul and everything. Nah, but anyway, she took off and went around, and the grass maybe was green or somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know where she's at. But I did come across. So I feel like for some of you guys, your person could have done that, and you have this amazing soul, this way of being, and you feel like, if you weren't married to this person, you could have felt like they were playing games. Now I'm gonna lie, for some of you guys, your person, if you're a lady, it's almost like they could have tolerated a lot of abuse. And you could be like, Infinite, no, it was the other way around. It could be the other way around. You're right. They could have been tolerating the abuse. And I don't know, I picked this up, and just hear me out. For some of you guys, it's if your person could have been a little bit abusive, like you wanted to. Here you are waiting, all sexy looking. You're ready at the bed. For some of you guys, you weren't even, didn't have that much clothes. You could have had lingerie and all kinds of stuff, and just like, freaky stuff, like stuff, because you know, you married, you want to connect, and there's nothing wrong with it. It should be open, especially when it's your person that you're married to or that you're long term. And this person could have been playing hard to get, but it was kind of abusive and you didn't understand. And for my females, well, you know, he could have been stressed out and it wasn't willing to get up, and he could have been a little insecure, you know, and he needed a little bit of rescuing. You could be like, Infinite, man, I was down there like for a while, like, and the fucker was like a pinchy worm. Boy, he was a fucking insecure. I'm just picking this up, you know, and instead of going to the doctor, he procrastinated, you know, or could be the other way around. My ladies, you could have been like, he's right there, fucking like a horse, I'm here. And, you know, you didn't communicate. Like it could go both ways, is what I'm picking up. And both of you guys could have been in this energy because, you know, as the years go by, we look at ourselves and we're like, huh, I didn't know I had hair right there. No, some of us knew, but we didn't want to look. No, we begin to look different, and you know, other people come into our lives, and you know, our fantasies, our thoughts still, you know, look in a different direction, but doesn't mean that it's gonna be physical. But the jealousy kicks in, and I'm picking up on jealousy and feeling this, and in reality, you guys are soulmates, but you know, the fear of being alone, and you know, one thing leads to the other, especially if you guys are dealing with, you know, you have a business. If you're a lady, you could have a business and you have these young guys trying to hit upon you. And then you look at your man, it was, you know, he's there helping you out. And he's busting his ass for some of you guys, not all of you guys. And you could have been confused, but the younger one doesn't want to just tap that, you know what, the BUTT or BOOTY, whatever. You could be confused. Yeah, because they want your money. If you're a man, it's the same thing. You know, you got holes in every area code or whatever you want to call it. You could be that kind of a stallion, you know. And, you know, that's what I'm picking up. And maybe you tried to be faithful, but you couldn't, and you're thinking about it. But I see two fuckers that are in love right here. They're looking back and forth, and maybe the separation is not that serious. For some of you guys, it could have been starting out like a jealousy. I'll make you jealous. And both of you guys are thinking, look, confusion between both of you guys. Huh? And you could be driving each other crazy. For some of you guys, my ladies, you're afraid to tell your person, you know, because they're like, you cheated on me. And you could be like, well, not really. What do you mean? It didn't go in all the way, but that's still cheating. Look, rushing, but procrastinating at the same time. There's unworthiness. For some of you guys, it didn't go far, but for some of you guys, yes, it didn't go all the way. Or maybe the fucker didn't last that long, and you're like, it technically doesn't count. He busted before he came in, but still, this fucker's like, what? Not for my ladies, you know, he could be telling you, man, I couldn't even perform. I couldn't do nothing. And you could be like, you lying sack of shit. I don't know, I'm picking that up. Aries, sun, moon, rising. What are you rushing towards? It says right here, you can hurry, love. The right one is coming in the perfect divine timing. And anxiety. For some of you guys, this separation is, and both of you guys could be on a different journey. Not all of you guys, but for some of you guys, yeah, somebody had to walk away and you said, you know what, love is not the answer. You know, expectations. For some of you guys, you know, somebody expectations, you're never going to meet them. So for some of you guys, the best thing to do is, some of you guys are getting out of this confusion, and you know what, you're just going to wait for somebody new. You're going to focus on your money. And I see two people focusing on their money, and I see another group of people going, fuck that, I'm getting my person back. Yeah, look, being cold. You seem unapproachable because you are aloof. Try being more friendly. For some of you guys, this is something that they're scared to approach you. I'm telling you. I don't know why. Look, fear of loss. You are afraid of losing someone or being abandoned. Take a chance. Somebody's being cold, but they're watching you. They're watching you walk away, but they don't want you to walk away. And I'm getting this energy to pull back and forth. Look, and you want to change somebody, you can. You should be able to say, look, this is who I am. For some of you guys, it could have been about, why doesn't she want to give me a chiquito? And maybe they want the chiquito. Maybe you promised it at marriage. I don't know, but there could be a confusion. Why do you want it all of a sudden? You know, but past trauma could be like, you need to take some time. And I think both of you guys could have trauma. Yeah. Boundaries. Unloved. Both of you guys could feel unloved. It's like, golly, look, you're on the train track. Running like, where are you going? And they're unavailable. Both of you guys are unavailable, and it's not going to work until you guys, stop trying to fix one another. And guys, a lot of you guys, if you've leveled up, years have passed by, you're not the same person. I don't care if you were married. Some of you guys, you could have been, what they call it, high school sweethearts. And that's why you guys are pissed. If somebody touched my panecita, like somebody touched your, both of you guys are jealous. Big time. And anxiety. Do they really go through it? Did they really cheat? And both of you guys, it's like you have this pride, feeling unloved. And I'm talking to some childhood sweethearts. For the ones that aren't childhood sweethearts, you're like, next. Being guarded. But for the ones that are, look, rejection. For some of you guys, you're like, man, they don't even feel remorse for me. Here I am at work all day, stressed out, doing this, doing that, having to handle here, having to pay these bills. And it didn't fucking, I'm having trouble. It's stress, my ladies, it's stress. But if I was in shit, I'd go fucking pinche blue pill or something. This Mexican ain't got no shame. Hell no. Look, not my type. And holding on. I'm telling you, for some of you guys, people could have been gossiping, playing games, watching you guys like this separate. And this could even be family. And they're laughing, hee hee ha, because both of you fuckers have, you have things to show for. I don't know whoever needed to hear it. Aries, sun, moon, rising anywhere in your chart. Let's go. What advice? I don't even know what deck to get for advice. Let's use this. What does Aries need to know? It says, Exodus 23:20. See, I'm sending an angel before you to protect you on your journey and lead you safely to the place. And I don't want to laugh, but for some of you guys, you could be afraid of your person. So God is sending an angel to protect you. So you can speak to this person that says, you thought you was alone. No, God is with you. Because some of you guys, please, waiting. It says, God is waiting for you to forgive and let go and trust the process. Okay, for some of you guys, it's not as bad as you think, but in your mind and what people are talking about, you're making it this big and they're laughing. They're like, yeah, the devil is, because the devil's using, remember it says you're not fighting a battle of flesh, it's spiritual. If you know, and you're gonna know. It says they avoid you because they know they did you wrong. Now, that's for some of you guys, okay? And this could be the people that are causing the gossip. It says they couldn't kill your dreams, so they assassinated your character. What did I tell you? They were talking caca, bull. One more. It says, good job, sport. Past loved one uses this. For some of you guys, this is a grandfather. Good job, sport. And it says, give and it will be given to you. Luke. Some of you guys could be Luke. You could be dealing with the Gemini, 38 years old. And one last one. Did I give you these? It's a spiritual warrior, baby. Look at this. You're a gangster. So some of you guys, chill out, man. Some of you guys, you're on your money. You're like, nah, bitch, I'm going to get on my money. You're going to wish this and that. And both of you guys, mira, This is the kind of, you guys are dealing with somebody. Is she looking at me when I'm leaving? You know, like that. Both of you guys. Oh no, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, anywhere in your chart. What do we got for Aries? I should have done you guys live, eh? It says right here, change is inevitable. And I shred it like a kick-ass skateboard. So you could be a lady that you could, like a tomboy, you could do hard work. It doesn't bother you. Maybe you like to skate, and some of you guys, your legs are sexy. Yes. That's why, look, he's like, fuck, who's going to touch those legs? Nobody better touch them, but maybe they can, you know, verbally say it. If he's Mexican, he's, hey, get your ass away. I don't know. It says, I am enough, and I have enough. And damn right, I'm fucking worth it. So some of you guys, you're pulling your energy back. Both of you guys could be stubborn as hell. Like, no, you come towards me. No, you come towards me. You guys are one of those couples, I don't know. I am unapologetically strong, fierce, and ambition. I won't settle for anything else than what I deserve. And guess what? For some of you guys, this separation, it was part of the divine plan. It was part of God's plan. And you will be taking it. Maybe you'll listen to this and you'll be like, why? You know, because God's seen and heard things that you didn't hear. And plus, for a lot of you guys, it's like there could be two people that are leveling up. I ended up with this. Maybe the man gets left out or for some way or another. But in separation, for some of you guys, both of you guys are going to meet a person, and both of you guys could be on that level of business, creating wealth, generation. And this separation, you know, was required. Only God knows. So instead of sitting there blaming yourself, blaming the other person, I'm hearing rejoice, be happy. The time you guys had together, the memories you guys created, the good times, and allow the bad times to disappear. Forgive, let go, and allow God to bring something new. Because for sometimes, you know, we don't have people in our lives forever. And guys, if we take things too serious with anger, jealousy, you know, it can lead us to do bad things. Jealousy and anger and caring what other people think, because other people will laugh. I'm telling you, there was laughing and giggling. If we care what other people thinks, we're not going to get nowhere. It's going to create pride. It's going to create, you know, the demons coming in, and we could do hurtful behaviors to people, and it's not worth it. You could lose the whole freaking business or your whole destiny to be prosperous. Both people. So it's important for you to leave. I think I was telling the Capricorn, it's important how some of you guys are being tested, how you separate, how this separation goes, how do you treat the other person? God is watching, because we've seen in the past how other people hurt it. People, you know, when they separate, and some of us have had the opportunity to see people separate fairly. For some of you guys, you're going to break a generational curse. And you're going to thrive with this business, the separation. And plus, guys, you could die tomorrow, and you could be angry at something that is this little, that you make it this big. And you really, in your heart, you don't hate that person. And something could happen to them. See right here, it's almost like the other boss lady, whatever, it's not here. It went into the deck. And somebody could be thinking back, damn, I really could have been more, man or woman, I could have been more responsible. I could have done things a lot different. And we all mess up. We all have our moments. And guess what? It's part of the growth. We could be immature. A lot of us, it doesn't matter if we know how to make money like this, being a boss man or woman, and understand we all make mistakes. And there's things that you're not going to be able to take back once you say them, once you do them. So it's very important. Think before you listen and care about what other people say or think. And I wouldn't be doing what other people suggest or give me advice. Go to God. Some of you guys, you know, there could have been a person that could have slipped up. And whatever you think is cheating or infidelity, it could be, you know, different levels. You could have lost something very, very, very precious. That's what I'm hearing. By not wanting to compromise and then listening to family, friends, or what are other people going to think? For some of you guys, you could have lost a marriage. Why? By listening to a parental figure. They were divorced. Your parents were divorced. You listen to your mom, your dad, or you listen to a friend. That if you're going to find out they were in the same situation, they didn't leave their partner, but they gave you that advice. For some of you guys, they gave you the advice to, you know, to, what do they call it? Get your lick back. And they would have never done it, but they did it to sabotage your relationship, because you could have had something they admired that they didn't have. That's why it's important to really think, because we all learn. We can't trust all the time. Sometimes even our own family will betray us. I'm talking like family, like your parents, your siblings, let alone a friend, a cousin. And look, somebody could be in this energy. I don't know who's this for, but somebody's thinking like, I got this business. What good does it do to have money and not have the person that you love, that you loved? Maybe they moved on. Maybe they'll never come back. For some of you guys, they could have disappeared. Some of you guys, they could have passed. Or they, you know, they could be locked up, something. So that's what I got for you. That was deep, Aries. Let's get you an angel number. It's not too late, I heard. Look, harmony and new beginnings. If this is your message and you're kind of like, fuck, it was, let it go. It was an experience. It's done. Learn from it. Find the lesson within it. Ask for forgiveness for you, especially. God will put you on, you know, for something else. Embrace harmony in your life. Seek balance between your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. And look, manifest your dreams. A lot of you guys, man, no matter how bad you did, when you seek forgiveness, when you right your wrongs, is what I'm hearing, and you know, God will give you an opportunity. Some of us get. Trust me, I know. It says you have the power to make things happen. It is time for you to take action with faith and confidence, knowing that your angels are guiding and supporting you every step of the way. And we saw that in one of those index cards. 4, 5, 6. May I say anything different? Stability. For some of you guys, if you were once here and you lost it all and you didn't seek revenge, here's my dog. You ready to go outside? Okay. You're going to get it back tenfold. Just trust in this new beginning. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, anywhere in your chart. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and comment.